What's poppin', Cougs? Welcome back to another episode of Coug on the Clock. Welcome back from spring break as well. Hope you guys celebrated St. Patrick's Day, had fun, went to the beach, went to the snow, wherever you want to go. Kind of rhymed. They call me Bust a Poet. My name is Alexander Huddleston.
Damn it. Hi, my name is Erick Aguilar. Currently cringing from his comment, but we're back here from spring break. Director and producer, doing another show together.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah. So excited to be back. Yeah. Back on the. Actually, I stayed here over break, but you went home.
I did go home. I was busy.
There you go.
Saw the boys, saw the family. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Today we got some WSU basketball, men's and women's. They both went to their respective tournaments. We're going to cover that. March Madness has been absolutely mad. Good one, Alex. Thanks, Erick. WSU baseball, and of course, NFL free agency has been going crazy all week. And then, as usual, birthdays. I got 3 of them, so.
I got one.
One. We'll find out who.
It's not even today.
Find out who coming up. So, yeah, let's get into the show.
Let's do it.
All right. First topic, WSU basketball. Let's cover the women first.
Let's do it. The ones who did better throughout the season.
Well, yeah, they got far. They technically got farther.
Sure.
5th seeded women went to March Madness. They won the Pac-12 tournament over UCLA, and big deal. Coming in hot.
Huge deal.
Coming in hot to March, and we lose to 12th seeded Florida Gulf Coast 74-63. Never heard of that school. It's one of those March Madness schools, I call them, because you never hear them until the month of March.
You know, I had the pleasure of covering the watch party for the women there at Beasley Coliseum. They had a little watch party. Anyways, I learned that Florida Gulf Coast in the realm of women's basketball apparently are, a force to be reckoned with somewhat. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's from what I understood.
No, they had 30 wins this season.
Well, yeah, I mean, they said they put it up on the screen, Florida Gulf Coast, and I went, who?
Yeah.
But we lost 63-74. Charlize Ledger-Walker was absolutely shut down, and that says a lot because she was our leading scorer this season.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I expected to go further. I mean, when we say coming in hot, we were coming in hot.
We were.
We beat 5th seed UCLA, 3rd Colorado, 2nd Utah, and 10th Cal. I mean,
yeah.
It's sad.
But I will say, Florida Gulf Coast was, I think, a really good 12 seed. I think they should have been seeded higher, honestly, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, they had 30 wins, regardless of the schools they played. It's still 30 wins at the Division I level.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. They were 7 for 26 beyond the arc.
They were shooting the lights out of the game. And you know what? Regardless of being a Coug fan or not, I love to see an upset, and that we certainly got that. So. I mean, I'm not mad. They just didn't show up. They got shut down. I mean, I will say, Tara Wallach, had a double-double. Mm-hmm. She had 12 boards, 16 points. So, shout out to her. She stepped up. I wouldn't say came in clutch, but, was there. She came to play. But real quick, let's cover the men. 4th seeded men in the NIT tournament. Yeah.
NIT. Lost Eastern Washington.
How?
81-74.
How?
Well, okay, look. Gay was out on injury. But Dennis Rodman, DJ Rodman got 23 points. That was awesome. Bama Mullen split for 15 points. But I did a little bit of math, all right? As a comm major,
let's hear it.
It's kind of uncommon. So they put up 60 shots, right?
Okay.
Or there were 60 shots that didn't go in, right?
Okay, got it.
As a team, they combined 8 total rebounds, offensive rebounds.
The whole game?
8 total offensive rebounds. So for 60 shots, they lost 52 rebounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder we lost that game.
We could. I mean, if we couldn't put it up, we couldn't put it back in.
I mean, quite literally, yeah. I don't care what you say. There's no other way to look at it other than we just got creamed by our little younger, uglier sister in Eastern Washington University. Like we're WSU. Like we're supposed to be better than them in everything, right? Right.
I don't know. I like their football field. It's all red.
We lost to God. I mean, in WSU-like fashion, we lose in the first round of the NIT tournament, which we were predicted to go somewhat, I don't know,
Yeah.
Somewhat far in.
I mean, once again, we came in hot. The men's team. Look, listen. There is some hope for this men's team. I think the men's team.
Not.
Yes, there is. Listen, the men's team at the beginning of the season did not start out at all how we thought they were going to be.
You're right.
They grew into the shoes that they thought they were filling.
Absolutely.
I thought they brought in a lot of talent. They brought in a lot of, hardworking players.
Mm-hmm.
And halfway through the season, they woke up and they became the team that I honestly saw that they were going to be. And that's why they went on that 7-game win streak. They beat Arizona. They beat Oregon. They beat Oregon State. They beat those teams at the end of the season.
Right.
And they should have been doing that all season. But I think they took time for them to mesh and start working. So I think next season, tournament.
I mean, going back to what you're saying, we beat the Huskies, we beat Oregon State, we beat Oregon once, lost to them later, Stanford, Cal twice, and UW twice. I mean, we're playing pretty good teams and winning, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
So,
I think next year's gonna be a better year.
Losing to EWU is certainly disappointing, regardless of what you said, because we saw what this team can do at the peak of that season. At the when it mattered most, right? Coming down to the last minute there, but it is what it is, right?
I like EWU. I think that's a funny word.
EWU.
Sorry, I'm stuck on it. My ADHD.
That's an animal, right?
Emu.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Close. If the W was like this.
Was it correct?
Yeah.
What do emus look like?
They look small
big
ostriches.
birds, right?
Small ostriches. All right. Well, while he's looking at what an emu is, I'm going to bring us into March Madness. I wrote down basically all the upsets. Did you find it?
Yeah, the small ostrich.
Yeah. All right. So, first round upsets in March Madness. Number 13, Furman beat number 4, Virginia, 68-67.
Killer.
Number 15, Princeton, going on a run right now, beat number 2, Arizona, because the Pac-12 can't, not shoot themselves in the foot. Number 9, Auburn beat number 8, Iowa. Number 11, Pitt beat number 6, Iowa State. I thought I was going to hear something from you about that. Number 10, Penn State beat number 7, Texas A&M.
I'm waiting a little longer, that's all.
Number 16, Fairleigh Dickinson, one of those March teams I was telling you about, beat number 1, Purdue, 63-58. And that's the second time ever in NCAA tournament history that a 16 seed beat the first seed in a round 1 game. Last time was 2018 when the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, which I didn't even know that was a school,
Very specific.
beat Virginia. Right, that's right there in that county.
Not here.
Baltimore County, yeah. FAU, number 9, beat number 8, Memphis. That was the first round. It was, big first 2 days of the tournament.
Right. Okay.
My bracket was done in game day 1.
Oh, everybody's bracket was done in day 1. Yeah, but
I had Arizona winning it all.
Who was I had Kansas winning it all. Now, obviously, none of that happens. My, hometown SDSU Aztecs are facing Bama, so that should be a good game. We're probably going to lose, but good showing so far this season. But who is your Cinderella story again, Alex? Can you
Well, actually, my Cinderella story was Kentucky.
No. You know what I'm talking about.
The team I was rooting for was Iowa State.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
They got beat 59-41.
Just for some studio background here, my dear director, Alexander Huddleston, has been practically licking the charm of Iowa State all season, regardless of the sport. Regardless of whatever it is, Iowa State is the place to be this year.
No, that was Philadelphia. But yes.
Dude, they scored 41 points in a basketball game.
And they at one point down 22-4. So
They came back from a 22-4.
it was 20. Yeah, they were on pace to score 4 points.
Oh, good. Oh, Jesus. Iowa State, Alex.
Yep. But let's go second round real quick. Second round.
I
Number
had to.
6, Creighton beat number 3, Baylor. Number 15, Princeton. Again, like I said, going on a run. Beat number 7, Mizzou. Number 7, Michigan State beat number 2, Marquette. Number 5, Miami beat number 4, Indiana. Number 8, Arkansas beat Kansas. So there goes your Kansas.
Right.
And Kansas was 1 seed, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. But, a lot of big upsets, a lot of huge upsets in the first, week of March Madness. It was huge.
This bracket is so weird to look at, and it begs the question, Alex, from what we have right here in front of us, who do you have winning it all?
Just for the hell of it, Princeton. Let's go Princeton. That's my Cinderella story, and that's my pick to. Well, no, my pick to win it all probably is Bama, but my Cinderella story, I'm gonna go with Princeton.
I think either way, it's gonna be out of the Midwest bracket, and I think that's gonna be Texas or Houston.
Okay, I can get behind Houston. I think.
I mean,
I'd say Houston. Houston or Bama are my top.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, Texas is doing. Yeah, you know what? We could talk about this for hours.
Yeah. Real quick, before we move on to the next topic, I want to shout out Sac State, just real quick. The Sac State women's team, for the first time in school history, men's and women's basketball, made the tournament ever, for the first time ever. And real quick, because I did a job shadow with, we went and reported on Sac State.
Right.
For last season, they went 3-25.
Jeez.
Right. This season they went, I think, 20-6 or something like that. But shout out to them. It was really cool. They lost to UCLA, but
it's UCLA. We can't.
No, they're a great. Yeah, they're a great team. But shout out to Sac State, hometown, for getting there, bringing some history to the school. Moving on to the next topic.
Swept by UCLA.
Perfect. WSU baseball. Just to catch you guys up. Right now they're 14-5.
Yes.
They won their series against OSU in Corvallis.
Right.
That's huge.
However,
well, then they lost to the Oregon series.
That hurts. Yeah, I mean you can't win them all, but
you can't. But to be 14-5 right now, last season I don't think they were even close to 10 wins.
No, and I was, I've been speaking to a few buddies around Murrow here, and the Cougar baseball team is doing phenomenal this season.
Yes.
Beating the likes of, I believe it's UC Riverside or Irvine, one of the two. One of the UC schools is incredible, and topping them off is obviously no easy task, but we managed to do that. I'm going to be honest here. I didn't expect much this baseball season.
No, not at all.
And it's good to see. It's fun to see. I'm definitely going to try to make my way out there and go to more games, right? Show my support.
They're fun games.
They're great games.
Bring a chair.
Hot dogs, though.
Sure.
Great hot dogs.
Sure.
Try those hot
Oh,
dogs.
dude. Yeah.
Phenomenal hot dogs.
I had to scarf one down before work, but it was so good.
Those are can we put okay, we can find a picture. It'll be right there. Boom.
Hot dog.
Come to Pullman, slap one of those glizzies down, and cheer for the Cougs with a baseball cap on. You won't regret it, I promise you. It's a little bit brisk right now still.
Oh, yeah, it's freezing. For you California people, it's freezing.
Okay, there you go. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, for you Cali folks.
I was melting back home. It was 58 degrees outside. I was melting.
That's abysmally hot. I'm so used to it here now. I love the weather here. I can't go anywhere back.
Coming up there, oh, boy.
There you go.
They have the USC series coming up. But kind of they're leaders of this team. You're talking about how successful this team is. Mm-hmm. Portland transfer Sam Brown leading the team in home runs with 5. You got Redlands transfer Jonah Advincula, who already won Pac-12 Player of the Week early in the season, leading the team with 30 hits. So they're leading this offense. This is a great batting squad for the Cougs. And last season, the question was the batting squad. Their pitching was fantastic last season. Mm-hmm. It's flip-flopped. How the turns have tabled. They did a great job scouting this last offseason and, going and recruiting players to fill that, that
void.
Yeah, what's the batting list, batting order? I can't remember.
Whatever.
Get the bats swinging. But yeah, no, they did a great job recruiting some bats, but now the pitching is the issue.
And it's funny you mentioned that because in this last Duck series here on the Palouse, the issue was the pitching. That's what cost us the last couple games there. And the Cougs, blew some big runs there. I believe there was it was a
6-run lead.
Yeah, and there was another 8-run lead, I believe. But you hate to see that. And obviously, you got to tie up the loose ends if you hope to go anywhere further, in the postseason for this. But it is what it is.
Yeah. What the For sake with this thing. Hi guys.
Hi.
So we ran out of space on the card. Mm-hmm. So all of our production team is gone. It's just me and Eric in the studio.
We're idiots.
So we're gonna go back to OG Coup in the Clock for all you OG fans of WSN. It's just gonna be one camera. We're not gonna have a bell because, like I said, our production team left.
Who needs him? No, I'm just kidding. We love
So yeah, we filmed the rest of our show not knowing that it wasn't recording. So here is the rest of our show. Last topic, NFL free agency. All right, so I'm going to run down this list like I did with March Madness. First off, Derek Carr, former Raider quarterback, trying to find a new home, new team, and he found it in New Orleans with the Saints.
Interesting.
Jimmy Garoppolo, former 49er quarterback, two-time NFC visitor, or one-time NFC championship, whatever. Regardless, accoladed quarterback, going to Vegas to replace the Derek Carr. And, right when the Raiders add Jimmy Garoppolo, they re-sign Josh Jacobs, they get Jacoby Myers, they have Devontae Adams,
Right.
they have Darren Waller.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Darren Waller heading off to the Giants, New York Giants, getting a tight end for that offense, which I think, the Giants were a playoff team this year, I think, with another receiving threat on that team, because, I think Sterling Shepard,
He's old now.
He's not old. He's just kind of, he's their best receiver, but he's, kind of, he's not like a great receiver.
Right.
Darren Waller, I think, is a top 3 tight end in my opinion. Top 5. That's top 5 because Mark Andrews is up there too.
Top 5. I mean, you just played Daniel Jones, right? Saquon Barkley had a big year.
Right.
It's a good move. Go get a tight end, right?
Yeah. So, other than that, you got the Bengals adding Orlando Brown Jr., Chiefs off to tackle. Building the offensive line for Joe Burrow, which is what they should have done last offseason, but they didn't. For you Seattle fans, you guys are getting Jaron Reed back, who was defensive end, who played for you guys, I think, 2 years ago, but now he's been playing on the Packers. Now he's back on a 2-year contract. You're building that defensive line. You got Jaron Reed, and then you add Draymond Jones, a great defensive tackle from the Broncos. So, that Seattle defense, I think, is getting a lot better. I know you had a free agent signing that I guess I missed.
Yeah. Devin Bush going to the Seahawks, which, I liked it. I think it's a big move, right? I actually didn't know it was in discussion there until I saw the Instagram post. But, pretty good linebacker for that Steelers defense there, now coming to Seattle.
I think a young leader.
Right, and I don't want to, address the Seahawks too hard here, but we've had a good defense last season, right? Hopefully that defense is going to improve now with the acquisition of Bush. But great sign. Bottom line is a great sign. Good move.
Gotcha.
All I have to say about it.
Yeah. No, Seattle's making some moves for that defensive line, that linebacker core. I think their defensive backs are good too. But then, they brought back Geno Smith. They brought back, Drew Lock. They're trying to keep that team together. And I said last year they'd be a playoff team. I know a lot of people didn't, doubted the Seahawks. But I said they'd be in the playoffs. I think next year they're going to be even farther. I think they could be, divisional contenders. I think the NFC West is going to be. It's up to the Seahawks or Niners.
We didn't go over this in the first rendition of this segment, which might be good, because you know who had a huge offensive overhaul that we forget about?
Hang on, let me think.
AFC team.
Patriots.
Not who I was thinking of. Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton, the aged red. What is it?
The gingerbread man.
The gingerbread. What's his other nickname? Red Ryder BB gun. Boom. Red
Ryder BB gun.
Andy Dalton, Miles Sanders, the former Philly running back, Adam Thielen.
Yeah, that just happened. I think 2 days ago.
Thielen.
Yeah.
And Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, I think the Panthers. I wouldn't say make a run, but they're definitely, I don't think Dalton's going to be the starter.
No.
I think he's going to be the veteran, back up the veteran to, help the Panthers guide, whoever they draft at quarterback this year.
Right.
Guide that player to be successful.
But regardless, a huge overhaul
offensively. Yes, I think the Panthers, and I mentioned the Patriots. Patriots, they acquired, I believe, Juju Smith-Schuster. They acquired, who's the tight end they just got? They got brain fart. But the Patriots got some weapons. It was the Patriots signed, or they traded for
Mike Gesicki.
That's right. There we go. Perfect.
Good tight end.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he was on the Dolphins.
Solid tight end. But yeah, the Patriots did pretty good in wow. We did really good the first rendition. I'm just
We're
letting you know.
tired.
We are.
But that's okay.
Moving on, though, Javon Hargrave, who is a top 5 defensive tackle in the NFL.
100%.
In free agency, ESPN was ranking him the 3rd best free agent in the market. The Niners add a top 5 defensive tackle to their already studded defensive line with a top 10 defensive tackle in Eric Armstead and former 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Nick Bosa. So that defensive line is just getting more scarier for quarterbacks around the league. A-Rod to the Jets, question mark. I don't know what's going on. He's just being more difficult than usual, which is it's a pretty low bar. Mike McGlinchey, former offensive tackle for the Niners. I'm glad he's gone, but I'm excited to see what he does with the rest of his career. Hopefully he kind of comes back a little bit. He's, injury prone a little bit. But he's going to the Broncos, help out Russ Wilson, help that off the line. And then Daniel Jones, like we mentioned the Giants. They signed him, I believe he's either the highest or the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now.
Making big money.
4 years, $160 million, 92 guaranteed. Like, I don't get it. Like, you have one playoff win with a quarterback that has not proven himself at all in his 4 years with you guys. I don't know.
I mean, could I see him being a future franchise quarterback? Yeah, absolutely.
He already is.
That's why they signed him, right? But my biggest fear for that Giants franchise is that he just ends up being another Joe Flacco who has one pretty good year, and besides that is just mediocrity at best. No offense, Joe Flacco.
MVP Joe Flacco.
MVP Joe Flacco.
But yeah, I think that's all I have for NFL free agents.
I just have one more small thing. Brandon Cooks.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the millionth time he's been traded to some other team. Now he's on the Cowboys. Former Patriot, Charger, Texan, Saint, Ram, now being a Cowboy. What's cool, though, regardless of
But he's on the Chargers.
You caught me. I said Los Angeles here, and my brain went Chargers.
Oh.
It was Rams. Good catch. Thank you. I was about to say.
I know. I was going down the list. I was like, yeah.
I heard Chargers.
I heard Chargers. Like, wait, what?
I saw LA. I was like, I didn't know he was on the Chargers, but that makes more sense.
Gotcha.
But regardless of whatever team he's on, he puts up, good numbers.
Yeah.
He produces, and it's sad to see him bounce around as much as he had. He's had a good career regardless, right? So now he's on the Cowboys.
The only
We'll
elite player on the Texans in Madden.
Yeah,
on the offense.
Yeah.
Other than Laramie Tunsil, which, by the way, went from the highest player to the highest paid offensive tackle. Like, it went from a man trying to sabotage himself on draft night to being paid. Where did he go? I believe he ended up somewhere.
Tunsil?
Yeah, Laramie Tunsil. He is heading to...
No, they re-signed him.
The Texans?
Extension.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
Laramie.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
stuck on the Texans.
stuck in
But
Houston.
regardless, shout out to Laramie Tunsil. This is going really long. This is a really long episode. I'm so sorry. Thank you to those who sat through this all. Really appreciate it.
AKA us too.
We see those 54 viewers, and really appreciate it. But let's go to our birthdays, of course.
Do it.
Happy birthday to one of my idols, one of my favorite players in the NFL of all time. Number 99, J.J. Watt.
That's a good class act.
Love J.J. Love
JJ's
J.J.
Cool. JJ's cool.
Great dude, great player. Future Hall of Famer, first ballot for sure.
Oh, he has to be.
He's one of the greatest to ever do it. Also, happy birthday to Joey Porter, former linebacker for the Dolphins, the Saints, the Steelers, the Cardinals. He bounced around a little bit.
Yeah.
4-time, I believe, All-Pro or Pro Bowler, one of the two.
On the Patriots?
He might have been later in his career.
Regardless.
Yeah. Happy birthday. And also, happy birthday, Bob Costas, legendary sports analyst, sports broadcaster. Thank you for leading the path of what we want to do. Do you have a birthday?
I do. Ronaldinho, the Brazilian. I hate saying football player.
It's soccer.
Soccer player.
Okay.
One of the best to ever do it. The guy who's famous for his cool hair, ripping it up in Italian league soccer. Happy birthday.
That's a good one. It's a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in. appreciate you watching through this whole episode. Make sure you go to our social medias on Instagram at Wazzu Sports Network, on Twitter at Wazzu Sports Net, on not Tinder, TikTok. We should have a WSN Tinder. Yeah, Clear the Clock Tinder. Huh. All right, well, anyways, TikTok, Wazzu Sports Network, on YouTube, Cable 8 Productions, and, of course, go to our merch store. Look at the great merch that we have. I know we're having some new merch coming out soon with Easter and, other stuff coming out. So make sure you check it out. From me, Alexander Huddleston.
From me, Erick Aguilar. Thanks for watching.
And go Cougs.
Go Cougs.